Hello, lovely people. Today we are going to be making a pizza. So I love fat pizza, except for my daughter. I'll show you what I kind of have going on here. So yeah, not pepper. We're not putting pepper here. Okay, so we have some flour, which we're going to use to make the pizza dough, and we have some yeast. And what else do we need? Oh, we also need salt and sugar, which I will grab when I'm making the pizza dough. We have our pizza sauce. I think this, let me just check. Yes, as you see, there is no oil in this one, so it is great. And we have the controversial pineapple. I love pineapple on pizza. If you hate it, I'm sorry. It's okay to be wrong. And we have a red pepper, which we're going to use. And we have some BioLife cheese, which I'm going to use for my daughter's pizza. And I also have some tempeh for her, smoky tempeh. I have some tofu, because I might make some tofu ricotta. That's what the nutritional yeast is for. Or you could always like sprinkle it on your pizza for extra cheesiness. And we have some mushrooms, and I also have a giant bag of frozen spinach, which I will also be using. I'm just going to put this back for now. Okay, so I will show you how I make my pizza dough. Okay, so now I have a bowl, and I'm going to make my pizza dough. I make such a mess when I cook. I don't know if anybody else does. Oh, I forgot my measuring cup. Okay, I'm going to use a 1/2 cup measuring cup. The recipe calls for 1/3 a cup to 2 cups of flour, so I'm just going to start with like maybe 1.5 cups of flour. It's not good when you have too much flour. So 1. 2. And 3. So we'll start with that. And it calls for salt and sugar, so I'm just going to kind of free pour this because I don't like to measure. So I'm just going to throw some in there, and then I'm going to struggle to open the sugar. Sugar, just white sugar, white table sugar. I'm probably just going to grab like a teaspoon. That sounds good. And then I'm going to mix it, and just to let you know, I am not a chef. I make a huge mess when I bake or cook or anything. It's just kind of like my MO. So anyways, so yeah, I mixed that all up. Oh, I almost forgot the yeast. That would be trouble. Okay, so I'm just using a packet of this active dry yeast. Just gonna pour the whole thing in there. I said the whole thing. Okay. All right. So now we're just going to give that a little stir. And it calls for a cup of warm water. So I have that right here, my water. I'm just going to maybe pour a little bit at a time. Hope for the best. Stir this baby up. Okay, so we've got our pizza ball here. I just kneaded it for 3 minutes maybe. Yeah, so I needed that, and now I'm just going to cover it with a cloth. I always cover it with a damp cloth, and I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but this is how I do it. And then I'm just gonna stick it in the oven. The oven is not on, but I just have the light on to kind of give some warmth. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to make another pizza, which is a 2-ingredient sweet potato oat pizza, which is basically just sweet potatoes that have been baked and peeled. I'm going to mash these guys up, and then I'm going to make 2 cups of oat flour, and I'm going to combine that together to make a dough. Okay, so I'm going to mash these potatoes up, and I'm going to have like a combination of some wheat flour pizza dough and the sweet potato pizza dough. And this isn't like a calorie density whole food things. I mean, it's great. It's great that it's whole foods pizza dough, but I I just really like this because it's like kind of like a sweet pizza almost. Like it has a little bit of a sweeter flavor. I think if you use something like a Japanese sweet potato or like a, you know, a Hana yam or something like that, like it might be a little bit less sweet because those, I find those sweet potatoes a little bit more dense. So it might kind of give more of like a less sweet, more pizza-y flavor. Okay, so to my blender, I just added some organic oats. I like to use organic oats where I can because of glyphosates. Yeah, so I just added 2 cups in here, and now I'm just going to put this on the blender and blend because I like to make my own oat flour because I think buying oat flour is silly. I think it's quite expensive as well. Also, ignore the fact that I'm pretty sure there is some sort of leftover strawberry or raspberry on my blender. That's fine. Okay, we have our oat flour is all done, so I'm just going to pour this into the sweet potatoes. Okay, we're just going to give this a mix and make it into a dough. So this is a dough, but I think I added a little bit too much sweet potato in, so I might have to blend a little bit more oats to make it a little bit less sticky. This dough tends to be a little bit sticky anyways because just because of the nature of it. I normally end up putting it between parchment paper and kind of rolling it out that way because I like to roll it out really flat, really flat. That way that it gets kind of nice and crispy and stay like isn't, you know, it can actually like cook all the way through and isn't soft. It gives it a nice crispy crust. Okay, so I ended up blending up another like half a cup of oats. So I'm just gonna kind of pour this in here. I'm gonna pour the whole thing, just a little bit at the time, and see how it goes. Okay, it's a little bit thicker. I added another half a cup. So I'm just gonna kind of let this sit for a minute, let the oats kind of like thicken a little maybe. Might be a little bit easier to work with after that. Anyways, I'll show you the product after I kind of struggle to roll it out. Also, you guys, I have to talk for a minute because when I first started filming this, I was like, okay, I'm just going to film myself talking and then I'm gonna flip the camera. But I'm so bad. Also, my hair is just wild. I don't know what's happening. I went for a run. Anyways, my camera skills are so bad that I was like, how do I turn this? But I could have literally just flipped the camera around. Anyways, that's my little rant in between this video. Okay. Okay, so the pizza dough is formed and ready to go in the oven for 8 minutes. Here's the sweet potato pizza. It's been in the oven for 15 minutes and I put the toppings on. It's gonna go back in for another 15. And here's the final product of the wheat pizza. My daughter's pizza was first, and then this is our pizza with pineapple and spinach and all the goodies. And this is the final product of the sweet potato pizza. It was really, really yummy, you guys, and I would suggest trying it out if you want to. And thanks for watching. Okay, so this is how the pizza dough is looking. It's going to go in the oven for 8 minutes. And this is the sweet potato pizza. I put it in the oven for 15 minutes and then put the toppings on. This is how the pizza is looking. It's all done. That was my daughter's. And this is our pizza. Pineapple, spinach, red pepper. Yummy. And this is how the sweet potato pizza turned out. I put it in the oven for another 15 minutes and it turned out really yummy.